Hello. I just wanted to do a video about another kind of like side area of thought that I think is quite interesting to talk about, which is why art has been one of the most important things that's ever happened to me. And what I mean by that is finding it. And yeah, got weird taste. And why I think it might be a quite good catalyst for other people who maybe potentially are stuck in their life and want something more in the respect of not things that you get sold or food or anything that's potentially negative, and why I think art is very important for the mind and very important for the soul and spirit. So I've talked about that I've been housebound most of the time. I'm in the house about 5-6 days a week, don't leave. And I've talked about my experience with that. But I wanted to go back to at the beginning of this whole situation, where I went to a party, and this was about a year into my problems, maybe a bit more, a year and a half, and me and my partner, my ex-partner, were invited to this party, and it was New Year's. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. We haven't done anything for so long, let's do it. So we went. And I remember walking into my friend's room, and he had his art all over his wall. And something about it immediately took me. And I was like, huh, that's really cool. I don't really see that. Because you don't really see that, do you? You don't see people, normally see posters and stuff, but you don't see every part of someone's wall a new piece of their mind and art and creation, and I could feel him in it. So my partner was having a nice time, and I was having a nice time, and people were doing loads of crazy stuff, But I was just so concerned with art, and it changed me metabolically, I think. And what I mean by that is I got perspective on something that I didn't think I had no idea it existed, which was everything can be art. Everything can be art. And I was watching this party, I'm just going to have a drink. I was watching this party go along. And I was looking at it through the eyes of art. I was like, oh, look at this is so interesting. Interesting, what does that mean? And blah, 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 blah. So it really expanded my mind. And me and my friend, after that night and everything that happened, I started being friends with him again. Because he really opened, and especially because I saw him, and I was like, wow, this guy's fucking beautiful. And I started seeing him again, and I was like, oh, I want to create this YouTube channel, which never happened. But that was just the catalyst of it all. And he drew me this, he made me on graphic art, this art, and it really hit me. I was like, why don't I start drawing? So I did. And it was one of the most powerful things that's ever happened to me. It really, because I had got so emotionally involved with what visually looking at art is for the first couple of months, and not doing any of it my own because I thought I was terrible. That's it. When it started to come out of me with the same amount of energy and the same amount of ambition and creativity, it was amazing. It was amazing. It felt like I could draw anything and do anything, which I couldn't, and I still can't. But it was incredible. And ever since that day, I have on my iPad thousands of pieces of art. Thousands. And I can see the soul of these people through their art. And I don't think people really take notice of that. And it's so amazing. And I think the difference between this type of art and art like movies and stuff, which Movies is incredible, and music's incredible as well. I just think the difference between that is just it's this instant thing that goes to like the middle of you and asks you something, or just subconsciously gives you something. It's like, here it is, and you have a reaction to it like immediately, and it's a conscious subconscious reaction bouncing off each other that I find amazing. So yeah, I started doing art, but my condition is called visual snow syndrome, but at the time I didn't know that, and I had floaters, which is black, and loads of black things around. And through the time of me doing art, like through time, I would have months or a half a month where I couldn't do it because my eyes got too bad, or I was psychologically too bad, and I would think I could never do this again, and then I would, and then I couldn't, and then I would, and then I couldn't, and then I would, and every time I couldn't, I was like, oh, that's it, my life, not my life's over, but it would be like, I'm done with this beautiful thing, and then it would come back. And I wouldn't really have it any other way at that point of my life. And the reason I say that is because I get quite fixated on something and then get bored of it. And I think having forcibly being given it and not given it, given it and not given it, gave me so much drive and ambition, and just, it's like driving the car and you're chucked out into the street, driving again. And you're on that street and you're looking at the car and you're like, oh, I drove you, fuck. Then you drive the car and you're like, wow. And I've heard a lot of people burn out on art, and I've never burnt out. Like, it's not something that I can imagine burning out on. And I think it's just because of that routine. And yeah, I just think that another thing that art really gave me was a perspective on myself internally. And what I mean by that is like the colours of me, the beauty in me, the soul of me, the soul... I'm getting cramp. Oh, I hate cramp. I just drank loads of water. Oh, good. Okay, yeah, like the beauty of me, the soul of me, and all these things that are poured onto the canvas are inside of me. And it somewhat helped me through this whole experience in that sense. Made me realise that anybody can create art. Anybody can create art. Even if you're in chronic pain all your time, do it. I've got a piece of art. When I had my operation on my eye felt like it was getting stabbed on a continuous basis. We didn't know whether I was going to get rid of my eye. And I have a piece of art that I used on that, and that's a powerful piece of art. And when people look at it, they see that power, they see that energy, and that's beautiful. I remember hearing an artist who had HIV and he was dying, and he poured... I never saw his art though. I just heard the story. But he poured his heart and soul into the art, which is incredible. David Bowie, just before David Bowie died, he made Black Star, and that was all about his death. What an incredible thing to do. And the reason it's incredible is because it can open up your mind, open up your soul, and open up so many avenues in your mind that you didn't know that was real or visible. So yeah, I love art. I think art is something that can help a lot of people in whatever situation they're in. I think that a lot of people would get a lot out of it. Because like before I actually really got into it, I just kind of didn't care. That's kind of how I looked at it. I'd look at a piece of art and be like, okay. And something just went bang. And I was like, no, this is so much. It portrays history. Think about everything we have in that. And you look at like an 18th century and it's just some tribe, on the wall. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible thing we have on this earth and that we have in our conscious minds. It's amazing. So yeah. I want to get this to 10 minutes. So to conclude, why art feeds the soul. And the soul grows and gives you perspective on not just art, but yourself, like I have, and other situations. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to me. See you later, boy.